Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly forecast for no, not your weekly forecast, your March 2020 love and romance reading. I keep saying weekly forecast because of the fact that I'm used to doing the weekly forecast, but this is for love and romance for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to see what's happening for you guys, and I'm setting intention for Venus sign as well. I know a lot of people like to watch their Venus sign when it comes to love readings, so I set that intention as well in my readings that it also include Venus. So we're going to see what is happening for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the month of March 2020 in the area of love. All right, one more shuffle. And then we'll pull our cards. Alrighty, my darlings, here we are. Okay, so. Oh my God, you guys saw me shuffle. And I shuffled a lot. And I shuffled off camera before I shuffled on camera as well. And your first card that you are getting, kind of like the foundation of your reading, is the same as Capricorn. Okay, so some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or you could have Capricorn in your chart. Some of you may be having something with a Capricorn in your life, possibly potentially a relative or a friend that maybe has been blocking you in your love life because of the dynamic between the two of you, or you've been dealing with burdens, or they've been making you feel burdened in some way. But overall, this Ten of Wands is going to be about finishing a cycle, working on something. In some way, I feel it's some kind of a debt. I'm getting a different feeling about this card than I'm getting than I got for Capricorn. For you guys, I feel it's some kind of a debt that's been holding you back in your love life, whether it's a financial debt where you like flat out owed money or somebody owed money to you, or if it's some energetic or karmic debt where you've been kind of jumping through hoops or trying to make up or apologize for the past. But Ten of Wands is like, you're done doing it. It's finished. Whatever you had to do, you've did it. It is over, and you can lay it down and pick up the next thing, go on to the next thing now. Ten of Wands is a number of completion. Ten of Wands can also indicate that somebody is working very, very hard, too hard. And so this might be causing you to be stressed, and it might be negatively impacting your love life. And this card could be coming up as like just a little reminder that, hey, take a break. Take a break. Some of you are going through a hard time, or you've been going through a hard time. A lot of the energy around Gemini lately in the weekly forecasts has been where you guys have been getting in touch with your feelings, or you've been, kind of like being more aware of your emotions and being more aware of your body. And it's been stressing out some Geminis. So there could be an energy here where you're being asked to allow someone to be here for you, to allow yourself to open up to somebody and talk about how you're feeling, and to ask for help, and to realize there's no shame in asking for help, to be able to tell somebody, this is what I really need from you. This is what I really need in a partner. Communication is going to be really big right now as we're wrapping up Mercury retrograde and we have the full worm moon happening on the 9th. There's going to be a lot of energy moving into how we're communicating with people. And it's going to be a time of endings and new beginnings. So you're going to have to end the old way of doing things. And sometimes Ten of Wands says you have to learn to delegate, or you have to learn to allow others to step in and to help you. Okay, those of you that you've been single for a long time and you've been really kind of throwing yourself into your life, like self-improvement and working on yourself and accomplishing things and making use of this single time, you might be in this really intense, like badass kind of energy, really confident, really independent. And you might notice that people are giving you compliments all of a sudden. You might notice that strangers are holding the door open for you, like before you walk into like a coffee shop or a restaurant or a building or something. You might notice coworkers might be like, oh, let me give you a hand with that, or let me grab that for you. And you're used to saying, it's okay, I got it. It's okay, I'm okay. but the universe is giving you these small opportunities to practice receiving, to practice in this small way, to allow somebody to be there for you. Sure, you can open the door on by yourself. Sure, you can, handle something by yourself, but your lesson here, Gemini, in your love life in March, I feel is going to be learning to allow someone else to step up and to help, okay? And that can be a scary feeling, that can be a scary feeling. Next here we have the Judgment card, and we talked about something being in completion, and man, Judgment really does confirm that. This is a Major Arcana card, so the Major Arcana cards are going to come up when we're in a situation where, one moment. Okay, so we have this Major Arcana card coming up here. When Major Arcana cards come up in a reading, it's telling us that the situation that you're involved in is linked to something with your life lessons, life purpose. It's a big crossroads for you. It's a big change or a big shift. When the Major Arcana cards come up for me, and I love reading when I'm reading for one of my clients, or even if I'm reading for myself, if a Major Arcana card comes up around a relationship between two people, it's telling me that there's a strong past life connection with a soul contract, that you all have a contract. You made an agreement that you were going to meet in this lifetime for a specific reason. Okay, now when I look at the Major Arcana card, it gives me an idea of what that contract is. Specifically though, when the Judgment card comes up, it's saying that we're dealing with two people who are on very different life paths, who are on very different vibrations. Okay, and you all are not aligned. You're not working towards the same things. And a decision needs to be made about what you want to do. Are you going to be able to accept this person where they are, how they are? Or are you going to be able to accept this new path and go in a new direction? But the Judgment card, when it has to do with being on different paths, I feel like, Gemini, some of you are in a situation where you're waking up and you can't unsee what you've seen. You can't go back to what was. Pisces had something very similar. So maybe some of you are dealing with a Pisces, although they did not get the Judgment card, but they had like a similar kind of vibe in theirs, or maybe you have Pisces in your chart somewhere. But the Judgment card is that you can't put off this decision anymore. Okay? You can't put off this decision anymore, and you're having to face or accept that there's some big changes here. And either, you're going to be compromising or making changes to allow an existing relationship to continue, or you're going to say, you know what, I don't want to do that work, or I don't want to make those changes, or I don't want to accept this person on their current level right now. I want to let it go. So you're having to make a decision, and it doesn't surprise me. This is kind of like a recurring theme for a lot of the different signs this month, and I think a lot of it is because of that full moon that's happening on the 9th, the warm moon. It's very much an energy of endings and new beginnings. So people are going to be ending any situation that's holding them back or not working for them. Even if it's in your personal life or the dynamic between you and your friends or family. Sometimes that happens, guys. We talk about being blocked in our love life, or we talk about somebody being courted to us and not allowing somebody new to come in. Newsflash, people in your life can do that who are your friends, who are your family members. It's not just a romantic partner that might do that. They're not cursing you. I want to make that clear. It's not like somebody's deliberately cursing you, but energetically they may be holding on to you so tightly that it's not allowing anything new to come in. But a lot of you are going to be breaking out of that. Gemini, some of you, I feel like you've been attracted to, or you've been attracting lower vibrational people, and there's some shift happening for you in March where you're breaking out of that. Okay, your next card here is Oh my God, holy moly, I just got chills. What did I say? I said some of you might be dealing with a Pisces, and then Pisces shows up right here. Okay, the moon card is associated with Pisces. Pisces is associated with the moon. Again, another major arcana card. Some of you are at a very, very big crossroads with someone or with a love situation. I feel that it's happening in two different ways depending on where you are in your path. If you are single, there's somebody new coming in, and this is going to scare the crap out of you when this person comes in. I think Aquarius had something similar. So maybe some of you are dealing with Aquarius as far as that's concerned. Or maybe it's an air sign thing. But somebody new is coming in, and some of you are walking out of an old relationship, and very, very quickly thereafter somebody new is coming in. Or you've been single a long time, and all of a sudden somebody's coming by that is piquing your interest. And it's going to feel very terrifying for you. And your contract with this person is to overcome your fears, to allow yourself to, go into those deep emotions, to allow yourself to connect with somebody. Those of you that you've been dealing with a relationship, I will say this: if there has been lies being told, it will be revealed. The truth is coming out, and you're going to have to make a decision what you want to do. Okay, so if there's been things you've been hiding, or if there's been things your partner's been hiding, it's coming to the surface. It's going to come to light. So if you've had your suspicions and you haven't been able to prove it, or you haven't been able to get to the bottom of it, I feel things are happening in March where the hidden is being revealed. And again, you're going to have to make a judgment call here. Are you going to be able to accept it and move past it? Or are you going to say, nope, can't accept that, can't move past that, next, and some of you may be dealing with a Pisces. There could be significant connection with a Pisces here. I am feeling that. Your next card here, my darlings, is Six of Cups. Reconciliation, right? Somebody's wanting a reconciliation. I think the ball is in your court whether or not the reconciliation occurs. Somebody's wanting a reconciliation. I'm hesitant though when I say I think the ball is in your court, because this is a general reading and it can change. It can change. You may be afraid because you're wanting somebody back, and you don't know what they're going to do or what they're going to want to do. There could also be something here in terms of children. Somebody might be trying to fix a relationship or solidify a relationship by having kids, by bringing kids into the situation. I would be very cautious about that, guys. It's true what they say. If a relationship is weak, bringing kids into it is going to break the relationship. It's not going to strengthen it. But if the relationship is already strong, bringing kids into the situation is going to make it stronger. Okay, but Mercury retrograde here, you definitely do have the past coming back and knocking at your door and wanting to get back in. It depends what you want to do. It's up to you what you want to do in terms of that. I feel some of you are going to have this really amazing, I don't know if I want to say amazing, but very interesting thing that's going to happen where you're in a relationship. You're in a relationship and you're going back and forth. You don't know what you want to do about the relationship, or you don't know if you want to fix it or how you can fix it. And I think somebody from your past is going to reach out out of nowhere, where you're like, what? For some of you, you had even forgotten about this person. But I feel somebody might be reaching out to you, Gemini, they're seeing you as you're the one that got away. Okay, you're the one that got away, or it was a missed connection, a missed opportunity, and they're checking in to see if there's any chance you all can reconnect and get together again and get to know each other again. So I feel that some of you, where you've been kind of on the fence about a relationship, or a relationship's been shaky, I do think somebody's coming back from the past and kind of surprising you in this way. Okay, it could be somebody from your childhood even. It could be someone that it's not necessarily an ex. Maybe you guys never dated. It could be somebody that remembered you from elementary school and is looking you up on social media, or finding some way to track you down or get a hold of you. And they might be like, hey, remember me? Like we were in elementary school together, or we went to junior high together. It feels to me younger than high school, like from like something from your childhood, or they're reaching out and connecting with your parents and they're asking about you, like if the families were friends, like, in the past. So I think this person has good intentions, whoever this person is resurfacing. I mean, you're going to have a big judgment call to make, like, man, what do I do? My relationship's already kind of been shaky. So I think if you're a cross watcher and you're having a really hard time figuring out what's happening in Gemini's life in terms of if they're single or if they're with somebody, I think Gemini's having a hard time figuring that out right now too. They're having a hard time figuring out if they want to leave a relationship, or if they're single, they're having a hard time figuring out if they can get over the fear of letting somebody in or letting somebody close. I will say this, cross watcher, if you do want to be in Gemini's life, or if you are trying to pursue Gemini, or if you are the Six of Cups returning to them, I don't think Gemini can handle heartache right now. So I would just say be sure. Be sure before you go into it. If you're going to get them to open up to you, if you're going to like do all this work, like, they're not going to be able to deal with it if they open up, if they do all of this emotional work and then you leave them hanging. Or you're like, yeah, I'm going to go off to something. Like, don't do that to Gemini. I don't think Gemini could handle that. So if you're thinking of resurfacing or reaching out, obviously, you also might be like, well, I got to get to know Gemini before I can like make a decision. Make that clear. Don't be like too flattering. Don't rush in and sweep them off their feet and then be like, oh, okay, well, no, there's not a connection here. Although I have to say with Six of Cups, there's probably going to be a connection. So, but yeah, just be considerate of that. I don't think Gemini can deal with being led on right now. So just make sure you're not leading them on, and make sure that you're clear with your intentions and that you know what you want before you go into it. Tower, another major arcana card. Gemini, you guys are ending something. I'm telling you. Whether it's an existing relationship or some unhealthy family dynamic or some job that's been getting in the way of your love life, it is ending. Okay, it is ending. You're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to face that. Some of you are having a past soulmate or past relationship resurface solely for the reason of being able like to get that closure, or being able to end it once and for all, being able to take back your power from it, like something toxic, something that's been lower vibrational. But Gemini, I think that this new moon that's coming in and this Mercury retrograde that's coming in, the energies are going to be very hectic for you all. So you're going to have to take it easy. You're going to have to take it easy. And this is, you guys know I try to be very positive in the readings, but this is a message that's coming up, so I have to share it with you. And this isn't going to be for every single one of you, obviously. Gemini, I want you to brace yourself. I want you to prepare yourself. If you found yourself recently in a situation where you were a third party, like say you started dating somebody and you didn't know that they were in a relationship, or they were kind of on and off again with that person and they met you when they were off with that person, but then they got back together with that person and you guys still continued your thing. If you've been a third party, I feel this is coming to the surface. This is coming to light. You may have that person's significant other confronting you about the relationship, like wanting to know from you what happened. How far did it go? How long were you guys doing this? Like what is it that this person's not telling me? And it can maybe get out within your social circle as well. So like say it's like in your circle of friends or something, like it can get out that, oh, Gemini was, with this person and this person was in a relationship. I feel it will blow over. It will calm down. Try not to judge yourself too much. Try not to beat yourself up too much. Because with all of these major arcana cards, I do feel like this is a situation where you kind of couldn't resist, because there was a very strong connection. And I don't know if there's a Capricorn in the mix, because you guys had the same foundation card. I don't know if the other person is a Capricorn. Like maybe if you have a Capricorn friend or Capricorn relative, and if you've been, or if their person's been chasing after you, or if their partner has been like tempting you in some way, it can be coming to light. Doesn't have to be a Capricorn, but it could be. So, my dear, very roller coaster energy. I would check out your moon sign and rising sign and your Venus if you haven't already, and see if you get more pieces there. If you would like a private reading, you can click on the Calendly link and schedule a private reading there. I thank you guys so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I am wishing you a fabulous March, my dears. Take